my book, my novel, because I
Okay.
went 3/4 time for that, and then Friday to Sunday is my weekend. So
And how's the novel coming, man?
yeah, it did well in May. I did a bunch of writing for this 50K for May challenge. I wrote about nine K, so I'm happy
That's
with that.
amazing. 9K words, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a lot of words. What's your primary way that you like to write? Do you do any handwriting or is it typing mainly or do you record?
It's mostly typing.
Okay.
I have like a smart typewriter that I can uh, work off of, and then move that
Okay.
draft into Word, or
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
that keeps me from getting too. Yeah, sorry, I lost lost my train of thought there.
Was it from watching the art?
Yeah, actually, I didn't have it on the art. There we go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so do you
Oh,
want to
that's
share a little
beautiful.
bit? I mean, that's a big win, man. Like even someone actively writing a novel and going 3/4 time in their work, that's win. Do you want to talk about your novel? Like I'd love to help promote it in any way that I can.
Right now, it's just kind of getting the writing done is the
Mm,
biggest part, right? And
yeah.
I think sometimes I'm a little ahead of it, just because I'm sharing more about it than some writers do before it's published. So
Okay.
um
Yeah.
so I always kind of have to remember, like, the messiness of writing. You can't avoid that. You have to keep coming back to the work of writing, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is more difficult than other days.
Yeah, the work of writing. It's interesting. You bring to mind like Stephen Pressfield talks about like the war of art, and how we have to face that resistance. He talks about just showing up every day and like also like
Yeah.
figures like Julia Cameron talk about, the importance of getting in the flow, doing writing morning pages. What's your process like in terms of your creative flow for as a writer?
Yeah, right now, uh, I do a lot of co-writing with
Oh,
Pamela Lynch's group, the Language Portal. So she has two 30-minute sessions a week where
okay.
you drop in with other writers, and I've used that to write Substacks or write on my novel.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Interesting. Do you find is Substack somewhere where you like write, you actively, use it to write your novel as you go that people can read, or is it how do you use Substack?
No, it's more articles that I'm inspired to write. So
Okay.
usually just kind of streams of consciousness as they come.
Okay.
I've written about, yeah, coherence anchoring, just the writing process itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coherence anchoring. Okay. Hey man, I'd love to hear about that because we're actually launching a coherence co-creative circle to help synergize soul purposes. Do you want to talk
Hmm.
about coherence a little bit? I'd love to hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, yeah. For me, mine's kind of, my idea of it is influenced by the Enneagram. So for
Okay.
me, there's a lot of coherence between the three intelligence centers: the head, the heart, and the gut. And for me, I'm very comfortable in my heart center, and a lot of times in my mind as well. But it's that gut, the embodiment piece, how things feel in my body, that's, I guess, needing more and
Hmm.
more love, more attention, more care. So
That's probably true for most people. I'd say that's probably an area where like it's interesting. So much of the stimulants and things that we're exposed to, especially in Western culture, kind of take us away from feeling in the body, right? Because I think that especially if we're highly sensitive, there's we pick up on a lot of the energies that are here that are discordant and not coherent. So and yet the heart is like an eternal well. There's a lot of depth in there. So okay, that's interesting. I like to think of coherence too in terms of like our connection with the greater environment as well, and that pulse of
Yeah.
Mother Earth. You know, there's a heartbeat there too.
Hmm.
Um, that's interesting, man. Well, I'll have to connect with you on Substack. I've been meaning to do more of my journey in writing and just share and invite people into my perspectives more on Substack. So maybe that's a place that we can connect.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Writers are important, you know. I've thought a lot about how writing is manifestation in pretty direct sense, right? We're taking concepts, ideas, stories from the
Mm.
immaterial, making it material, and then also amplifying with others. So there's levels of quality of that.
Mm.
And I'm not putting any pressure on you to share in your story. I hear that cultivation is important. So I encourage you to preserve that. Maybe I would love to know though what, like, obviously writing is important for you to take, time away from a day job to pursue it. What is it about writing that you feel calls to you?
Yeah, I guess for me the the idea of the novel really came about through uh, looking at the world and feeling in some ways that the guardrails or the self-protective mechanisms weren't in place anymore.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess like the idea that if if the world's not gonna save us, how do we do that ourselves, right?
Hmm.
And so for me, a lot of it really came down to uh, embracing being like more than one thing, right? Being in one place, more than one place at a time, or simultaneous versus sequential kind of
Hmm.
experiences of time.
Huh.
Um,
I love that perspective.
yeah, I got really interested in like um, multi-dimensional living, right? Pop culture's kind of explored that with the OA and some other shows, but um, I really feel like if we were to express ourselves in other dimensions or timelines or parallel universes, it wouldn't be like us leaving this one to go there.
Hmm.
You know, it would be experiencing an aspect of ourselves there simultaneously. So yeah, that kind of got me into the sci-fi thoughts that guided the novel more and more.
That, I really appreciate that, and a big part of, well, on a couple of levels, like on the very, I think, important level, what you're talking about is like taking direct, using your multi-dimensional aspects as a writer to directly, create something that is tangible here, that can
Mm,
be of upliftment or expansion of consciousness. I think that's the role of artists, and to me, writing is another form of art.
yeah.
So there's that aspect, but then there's also like honoring our own multidimensional journey through the arts and like that
Mm,
as a personal expression, feeling, I had this experience lately in really deep going deeper contemplation. Um, are you good? Oh,
yeah.
someone's here. Stephen is here. I didn't realize that. Sorry, Stephen. I hope he wasn't waiting long. I wish I could open the room so that people could just pop in here.
Oh, you have to, yeah, like
I have to
accept.
let people in. If I don't see,
Right.
there's no sound. There's some things on Zoom I don't like. Yo, Steven, man, I hope you weren't waiting long. There was no ding or sound, and I didn't see your little image there. So welcome, Steven. We are chatting about writing and the work of writing and how the importance
No.
of words. And so I hope you weren't waiting long, man.
Oh no, not at all. I was actually watching it. I got a notification you were on the live stream on YouTube, and
Okay.
then there for a little bit, and I think it was less than a minute before you brought me in. So
Oh,
not
less
long
than
at
a
all.
minute. Okay, good stuff. I thought I didn't see it there for a bit. We were talking about the multi-dimensional exploration of like through writing specifically, and I think this is really fascinating, because even within the body, uh, we're talking about coherence, and anyone who meditates or spends time attuning to the body, like there's a process that I use in like deep somatic inquiry. I call it the heart of mother's embrace, and it's really a way of embracing um, the body as an expression of mother consciousness. So this is coming from like Christ letters, but beyond all that stuff, just my own direct experience of the body, even if we just think like the cells and the systems and all the amazing functions, like there are so many dimensions within just the
Mm.
body. But when we consider ourselves like this larger energetic being, that has all these multiple dimensions, I really appreciate what you said, Ryan, because I feel like it's an important dialogue to have for artists, especially in this time of AI, where so much of the focus is on the outcome, on the result, on the product, like show
Mm.
me the thing. And so much of AI is just doing that. And then people, I feel like one of the big risks when we give up our creatorhood is
Mm.
the journey, the process, the exploration, the actual experience of those multidimensional layers. When we're like, here, write this for me. We actually don't, we're giving up much more than we know for the benefit of maybe being more efficient or creating more product that can monetize. But I'm looking at far down the line, and I just see how what the cost of that is long term. So, anyways, I don't know if that all connects with you, but what you're saying is making me think of those things. So I appreciate you expressing.
Yeah.
Did you want to share anything more before I ask Stephen to share his wins and gratitude for today?
Nope. I'll pass it to Stephen there. That's
Okay.
great.
All right, cool. Well, this is inspired by you there, Ryan. This art. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
I'm just gonna start a new one for Steven. So I put word and work in there. I don't know if you can see that
Oh,
on some light language.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's start new a new one. And some funny art that you'll see with my daughter. She asks us often first thing she says, I want to do art. So sometimes we do like real painting, like we've been doing some watercolors. I don't know if you can see it there.
Oh
Doing
yeah.
some watercolor art there. So she likes doing the physical stuff, but she also likes the joy of the interesting colors and things that are on the iPad,
Yeah.
right? So yeah. So Stephen, what is going on, man? What are you grateful for? What are your wins today?
I'm grateful for everything, but my wins today, I started a bunch of random things that just came to mind. Like the last few days, I've been working on my website and the future of MirrorPath.
Okay.
But I just want to say thank you, Ryan Clark, for engaging in my post and talking about almonds because that really helped me with seeing exactly that could be a good uh, hook for my book.
Almonds, eh? That's interesting. I
He wrote a
I didn't see
chapter
the
that I
post. Do you want to share?
it was a yeah it was in Storyteller's Path or yeah Storyteller's Path. Um, I put a chapter in there or the prologue that I'm going to be expanding on, and in it the father passes away at an inconvenient time for the daughter. I actually was inspired to write that book because someone talked about writing a book to their future husband,
Oh,
and it made me think of writing a book for when my daughter gets older, and if I'm not there to guide her, I'll have a book with my kind of goofy fatherly advice that she'll have to to get my guidance from anytime she decides to open that book.
Wow. That's you know it's interesting you say that too. That's a big part of my reason of writing too. Please continue, man. Like share and maybe I don't know, Ryan, are you in the Mirror Path community? Do you know all about Mirror Path? Yeah, you do, eh? Okay. Okay. Um just while you're on here, Stephen, maybe share a little bit about it and what's the impetus of it, and maybe tie it back to your
Of the book or the community.
well, both, man, because I think they're all connected for you, right? What's emerging, I think, is emerging through you is pretty beautiful. So, why don't you take the time to like share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the book is actually called From Your Dad, and uh, what is that? It's all about a healing journey. So it
Okay.
goes from the omniscient view, the third person God view, whatever you want to call that, uh, and then it goes into Ira's view, first person view for the rest of the book, and it'll show her journey where she goes through, and she finds a book called From Your Dad, and
Hmm.
uses that as her guiding light kind of thing to help her get through the grief of losing her father.
Hmm.
And then yeah, so that as well as I actually made that I stopped my previous work in progress, which was called Fractals, and that was going to be a three novel uh, trilogy for the main part, and that was basically about a guy finding my Mirror Path philosophy book, uh, and he uses that to kind of reach a level of enlightenment, like maybe like a step before Buddha, Jesus, that state of being, like a step before that, and then at
Hmm.
the end of the book, he kind of basically transcends and goes past the Buddha and just dis- disperses. Uh, it's all about healing, the healing journey as well. Like everything I was writing was about some form of healing through and navigating through heavily emotional circumstances.
Wow.
So it's funny because it's actually the complete opposite of what From Your Dad is.
Hmm.
And yeah, so
That's
that's
profound,
where
man. There's so much there. I feel like you're a real soulful guy, and I appreciate I feel like you found one of the gifts you have, Stephen, is you make things like engaging and fun, and yet there's a lot of depth that brings people in. I think that's a real beautiful gift because a lot of the avatars, I think, in ways like weren't always good at that. Like in terms of making things connect. Like it's like they had these very high teachings, but you know, it was sometimes hard to evoke those levels of consciousness. And we have new tools, right? Like, I mean, I know you're big into vibe coding and stuff, and so you're using those gifts and making it translatable, I think, through these things. So um, that's my perception of you, anyways.
thank you, man. I appreciate that. And it's just it's nice to hear because everything that I've done is just you've heard me say it before. It's just like out of boredom and inspiration, just random
Yeah,
passion that
yeah.
created like my octagon of my views or of my products, my whole branding and everything.
I think there's a mastermind working a little more diligently than just the boredom piece, but yeah, I respect your humility. It's like,
I'm just having fun.
yeah,
Like
well,
I
hey, you know
didn't.
what? That's actually really important, man. The fun piece is actually something that I neglected to prioritize for a while. It comes out when I'm around people, but I would take the work of enlightenment really seriously. And the thing is, when something's really serious, as much as it's important, attracted to it. So it's a blessing that you have that gift to make things fun and do things. Cats know all. Right? That's
Yeah, one of my
um,
one of my things is like I'm pretty stoic, and I love the aspect of joy being the defining purpose of life, just finding joy in everything. And I pull that out with my goofy outer attitude. So if you know me,
mm,
if you get to know me a bit more, my my outer attitude is like super cheerful and just happy go lucky. But on the inside, it's like a state of calm, a state of peace. And
mm,
I don't really like. I actually just made a post today about emotional regulation and how any emotion could be toxic. Like if you're too happy, too excited, that can skew the result, and you could
mm,
come up with a result that, like, let's say for example, ChatGPT was just getting you hyped up, and it was just telling you you're a genius, and then you find out that a million of those same things that you were talking about existed. Like so, he's hyping you up. You're getting super excited, so you're making quick decisions on like
mm.
based on of what you heard right there because your emotion. I call it emotional building blocks. So it's not a complete loss if you do something like that because you still learn from the experience and you learn not to let that happen again, kind of thing. But
Mm,
the more emotional you are, the bigger the pain is from that, and that's where I connect growing pains with. So
yeah.
positive and negative emotions, unregulated, can really handicap you from reaching your goals. That's
Hmm.
the I don't even know why I went off on that. It is
That's okay, man. You're sharing.
5:25 a.m. and I have hours of sleep.
You've
I
been
have
up
3 hours
all
of
night.
sleep from
There's
yeah.
another thing important thing you got to regulate, Steven, and that's your sleep, bro. Well, you know what? I like to keep it to like 25 minutes. And Julia came down. She needs some support up there. We got a little girl who hasn't been super feeling that good, and she didn't have a nap. So I think I'm gonna to sign off here too. So I got a mountain. I don't know if you can see the artwork. I got some stuff for you here too, and I
No, I love it.
thanks, bro. Appreciate it. But I have calm in there and just some random stuff because that's what you um
Yeah, you have calm in there without even needing the word calm. Like that's how
yeah.
I feel when I'm looking at that. So,
Yeah, I don't know, I just go with the flow with the art. It's funny. It's always so different, what it's depending on the feeling I'm getting from the individual. I'm like that with music too, like people walk in the room and I just play differently when someone else is there. So I really appreciate you coming on, Ryan and Steven. It's really good seeing you, Ryan. It's been a while. I'm happy to hear you're still on the writing train. Thanks for sharing your wisdom about writing. And Steven, thanks for sharing your wisdom about everything you're doing. And yeah, it's awesome. And I guess I should share my win. My win is I'm still here. I still I still I still have faith in the human spirit and our role as stewards, despite the crazy times that are apparently happening. It's funny I say that because I don't even look at the crazy times. I listen to what people are saying in rooms, and I see it's what you're saying about the regulation of the we can be so reactive without sometimes noticing our reactivity, and it really is such an act of mastery to step back from that. So that's my win for today. Like even though my own emotions come up, I see them in others, try to just be with it, love it, and love people where they're at, and not trying to force anything, any perception. So that's my win for today. And to all of you guys, high five. I appreciate you coming on, I really do. And yeah, blessings to you and your families, and yeah, hope to
You
see you
too.
again. Yeah, thanks.
Nice to connect.
Good to connect with you too, Ryan. All
Take care.
right. You too. Blessings.
Yeah. And you have to send me that send me that photo. I
Sorry, you
absolutely.
want the art?
If you want to, if you're gonna post
Absolutely,
it
man.
in,
I'm gonna post it, but yeah, I'll post it so you can just grab it from the community.
I can't tell you how much I love that, but I will let you get to your daughter. And
Oh, really? You really like the art? That's awesome, man.
that was like one of my favorite things that I've seen for a while. I love the it reminded me of like a green. I don't know the perception of Kunlun,
Oh,
if you
okay.
know what I'm talking about,
I think
like
so.
the like beyond the Himalayan mountains with that
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
foggy kind of
yeah.
yeah
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some real depth to it. There's some real mystery in there I see too. I think it's a testament to your character, man. You got some depth in there that you gotta get you know the thing with guys like you and I is you gotta spend a lot of time with us to really get to know us, you know? It's not
yeah
just it's not just like you can't spend an hour with me and think, I know Nathaniel. You can get a sense of me, but if you really want to get the deeper teachings, because we've been on a journey, you know, we're like wizards. You can't just spend an hour with a wizard.
that's why I'm making the Mastery podcast, the Mirror Path podcast, and
Yeah, man.
what is that? Hopefully we get our own what is that Coherence TV going. So
Yeah, so I just got off a call with the classifieds. I joined a VIP program for them, and everyone's talking about doing summits. Basically, that's their idea. That's how we collaborate. And I'm thinking, and I presented my coherence circle, and like I didn't have much. I just don't know if people are seeing me. And this is one of my dilemmas because I'm like, well, within the coherence circle, we can do all this stuff and we can do it together and we can do it live and it's like a living symposium. So, anyways, Katya is wants to teach people how to do summits. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do within the thing and teach everybody how to do summits, and we'll do it together. And we'll all, anyway. So I have to follow up with her, and Jen Ritchie was there now too, which her and Katya are the ones I had the vision for doing the pod. So, yeah, things are coming
yeah,
together, but I also feel like,
I thought about the summit thing, but like when I thought more about it, I would get burnt out within like a few days. That's why
Mm,
I'm doing like weekly, and that's
mm,
still kind of pushing it for me. So that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
what's I think Ankara he burnt himself out doing the 30-day men's summit thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 30 days is a long summit.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm thinking more of like a casual, almost like like going to a spa and like you plug in, not having to sit in front of a screen for 10 hours a day. Like we're not supposed to do that. Maybe we can do it while we're building something temporarily, but we're supposed to be out in the elements and living life and being with our friends and families. And that's what I want for all of us, you know, not just the screen is cool, like we can do cool stuff, but it's not all of life. And anyways, there was a lot of complaining too about the recent changes with school and all that stuff. So I was like, I don't know. There's a lot of drama here. Anyways, my computer's about to die, bro. I got to go upstairs. It was good seeing you, man. Get some good rest, man. You deserve it.